It's a special day in New York, and it's not just because of the Knicks parade having won the NBA Finals, but today is the third of the Hebrew month of Tammuz, in which a lot of Chabad-Knicks, get it? Chabad-Knick, like New York Knicks, are in line to visit the Rebbe in his Ohel. So far, we're so good. We're going to ask all these different... Yes, my friend. What does the Rebbe mean to you?
The Rebbe is unique as opposed to other spiritual leaders. The Rebbe had a connection to every single Jew. It says about the Rebbe, Nasi comes from the word is Rashi Tevis Nitzitzo Shel Yaakov Avinu, right? Which basically means the spark of Yaakov. And what's special about Yaakov is that he had a connection to all his sons. None of his sons were separated from him. Like Avram had Ishmael and Yitzchak had Esav. So too by the Rebbe. The Rebbe teaches us that every Yid has a special connection to the Rebbe. Doesn't matter what he did. You're always connected to the Rebbe.
Okay, who should we go next? Oh, Rabbi Zirkind. What's a message of Gimmel Tammuz?
The Rebbe wants everybody to do what they need to do to bring Mashiach. I remember I was once going back from Toronto with a group of boys, and whatever they're called by the border, you have they like to harass people usually. So they found issues with two people's papers, and they called over the driver, and they made up a whole story that we were going to Toronto to take classes. The bocher was completely dumbstruck. He didn't know what happened, so he was turning around to his other friends to ask them how to deal with this. So the policeman told them, what are you turning around? And we're asking you. You gotta stand up and answer the call. So when it comes to bring Mashiach, don't turn around to anybody. You gotta do it yourself. That's the message.
Wow, love it. This is actually my good friend Itai. He's just announced today, at least to me, my news, that he's going on Shlichus in Connecticut.
It's going to be the University of New Haven.
Actually, I wrote to the Rebbe in my pond that I donated $180 towards your Shlichus.
Awesome.
So everybody also should
at least do that much, right?
Yeah.
At least that much.
At least. What does Gimmel Tammuz, what does the Rebbe mean to you?
It's a very difficult question to answer, as I have now been studying it for 5 hours. But I think very simply, it means that even me and my background can do what the Rebbe wants me to do. Me and you, we didn't grow up necessarily religious or so involved in this, but at the end of the day, because we each have a neshama, the Rebbe believes in that so much that we're able to live that. Fine. Subscribe, like and subscribe.
And your guide to Matzos, Kaveshas, Behore,
It's not close at all, right?
so to them is neat, with the Gerät, Kost, but them is a gedacht, steht nicht der Losch no Matzos.
It's tough to fly after.
Why is everybody wearing black hats and jackets or blue?
I have no idea. No idea. If I knew, I'd tell you, but
I'll tell you. I once heard that externally all our clothes are the same, but in that way that actually is what helps us all bring out what's uniquely different about each of us. It's just your face is different, and a face in Hebrew is panim, which represents panemius, the inwardness. So even though externally we may be wearing the same clothes, what makes us distinct is what you are you and I'm an I. Well, I heard this story while the Knicks were only up a few games from that the person who shared it, Rockman, heard directly from the Abasera family that the Rebbe would often inquire about the Knicks and how the Knicks are doing, and they didn't understand why did the Rebbe care about basketball in a basketball game. I think Rabbi Abasera himself figured the Rebbe maybe it had something to do with Mashiach, and that when the Knicks start winning, the Mashiach will be coming. And I think to that, I don't know if that story is true or not. There is a recorded story that the Rebbe once came into the office in 770 Eastern Parkway, and Rabbi Groner, his secretary, was feeling very sad and down. And the Rebbe came to him and he said, "Why are you feeling so sad? The Brooklyn Dodgers won last night." And he looked up and he said, "My family, we're Yankees fans." But to that effect, so the Rebbe would talk about sports. It's no coincidence that the Knicks parade, the Knicks have won, and the parade that they had happens to be on Gimmel Tammuz, which is a special day in the Chabad and Jewish world. which is when the previous Rebbe was released from, well, not released totally from prison, but his life sentence was changed to sent to exile, which then 8 days later he was finally released from prison, in which we celebrate the 12th of Tammuz. But it's also such a revolutionary day of when the Rebbe's teachings continue to spread. We have a powerful teaching that Yaakov Avinu, Yaakov our father, lo meis, he did not die. And so too, the leader of our generation, the leader of the entire world, never dies. His teachings and everything he represented gets spread further and further until the whole world is permeated with Mashiach. So we can take that even a simple basketball game, myself, as you know, following college basketball player, still playing today, as basketball is what brought me to Yiddishkeit and to follow and to be aligned with Hashem. We can also see that the Knicks winning is a sign that Mashiach is here.
Where do the Knicks and the Rangers play? Madison Square Garden. The Knicks have not won in 53 years, correct?
Yeah.
What is Gematria 53?
Gone.
Gone. Okay. Now, who is the other team that occupies the Garden? The Rangers. When was the last time the Rangers won?
I don't know.
1994.
Okay.
What was that day? 2 days after the Rebbe. Gimmel Tammuz. It was the 5th of Tammuz. And they had a parade. So that was the last time we had a parade of an occupant of Madison Square Garden.
You knew that?
And today was the Knicks parade.
Wow.
That's it. That's all I got.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. Wow. I know just the man to ask over here. I need somebody to hold this camera. Who's Rabbi Bro? You have some of my favorite stories. We both know that the Torah says the real wealth is wealth in Torah, and being able to have so many beautiful offspring. How many children do you have?
8. Baruch Hashem.
And that some families is on the lower end.
Yes,
Can you
Baruch
share with us something that's real life guiding principle to be able to raise a beautiful family in the ways of chassidus and following the Rebbe's directives?
Every child, the Rebbe says, is a matana from the Eibishter, and that child is not yours. You don't own your child. It's not a nachas machine, but that child is a gift that the Eibishter gives you in tremendous achrayus, that you try and guide it, to nurture it, and to help it grow, and to give all the tools it needs to succeed, to fulfill its mission in this world. And every child, at the same time, brings down the biggest brachas from the Eibishter. That the Rebbe says there shouldn't be any cheshbonis of how can I afford it, how to have the emotional energy, how to have the spiritual energy. Every child draws down a new bracha, opens up new channels, elicits a new source of brachas for every yid.
Wow.
And the more children, the more brachas. The more children, the closer you are with Yat Mashiach. Every child brings the Gula a step closer. And that's making children bagashmius, and also making children baruchmis, going and influencing another yid. In both.
I love it, love it. That smile is enough.
There you go. Works. Baruch Hashem.
My favorite niggin, but you know what? I still have a challenge remembering. It's like I leave. I just know it by the name Rabbi Yoel Khan's niggin. This was you call it.
Yeah, it's niggin.
But it's like I leave the home.
Because he started by every February in the early years.
Can we let's sing it?
How does it start? That niggin.
Aya ma 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 ya ya da da do. Aya ya ya ma ya ya da. Aya da 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 ma ya ya da ma ya da da. Aya ya ma ma ya ya da da do. Ya ma 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 ram. Ya ma 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 ram. Ya ma 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 ma. Ya ma 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 ma. Thank you so much, Rabbi Bro. This is also the generous and lovely soul that brought a basketball to my chasana, to my wedding, so I could dance and dribble the basketball.
We had a ball. Baruch Hashem. What's your name?
Okay, we are walking home back to our car now. My phone died, but it took a total of just under 3 hours to get to the Rebbe. I have no footage inside the Ohel. It was a successful trip, interviewing and asking lots of people for great words of wisdom about this special day. Now on the way home.